When a loved one vanishes without a trace, time becomes both an enemy and a lifeline. For the family and friends of Eric Wein, the days since his disappearance have stretched into a blur of unanswered questions, quiet dread, and determined hope. What began as a seemingly routine trip to Rhode Island has now turned into a widening mystery, marked by an abandoned car, a missed return, and a silence that grows more deafening by the day. Eric Wein, a 31-year-old from Mansfield, Massachusetts, was the kind of person who left an impression. Thoughtful, bright, and fiercely loyal, he had a close-knit circle of family and friends who described him as dependable and quietly adventurous. He wasn't the type to vanish without a word, which is exactly why his sudden disappearance in April 2025 sent shockwaves through everyone who knew him. Eric was last seen on April 9th in Charlestown, Rhode Island, where he had booked a night at Phil and Ann's Sunset Motel, a quiet, coastal spot popular with travelers passing through South County. The area, not far from South Kingstown, is known for its beaches and laid-back atmosphere, the kind of place people go to unwind, not disappear. The following day, his car was found parked along Ocean Road in South Kingstown, near a public waterfront access point. It was towed shortly after, treated as a routine parking violation, with no indication at the time that anything was wrong. At that point, no one knew Eric was missing because no one yet realized he was supposed to be somewhere else. Eric hadn't told anyone he was taking the trip. He hadn't mentioned South County at all. For the first few days, the silence didn't seem alarming, but as time passed, messages went unanswered. Calls rang out. What began as quiet concern quickly turned into deep worry. By April 18th, 9 days after Eric was last seen, his family and friends couldn't ignore the growing fear any longer. They filed a missing persons report with the Mansfield Police Department, and the search was officially underway. Those closest to Eric were left with one haunting question: where had he gone? His phone was off. His social media accounts had gone silent, and no one had heard from him since April 9th. Once he was officially reported missing, police in both Mansfield, Massachusetts, and South Kingstown, Rhode Island, began working to retrace his steps. Eric's check-in at Phil and Ann's Sunset Motel appeared routine. There were no signs of a disturbance, no reports of strange behavior, nothing to suggest anything was wrong. From what investigators could determine, he was alone, and everything seemed normal. But after his car was discovered on Ocean Road, the trail grew cold. There had been no activity on his bank cards, no digital footprint, and no further communication. Since April 9th, it was as if Eric had vanished into thin air. The South Kingstown Police Department, along with state and local agencies, launched a full investigation. Officers canvassed the Ocean Road area and urged residents to check security and doorbell footage from the day surrounding April 9th to 11th, hoping for any clue that might lead to answers. Weeks have passed. There have been no confirmed sightings, no new communications, and no promising leads. For his family and friends, the waiting is unbearable. Each day without answers deepens the ache of uncertainty. Since the missing persons report was filed, Eric's loved ones have worked closely with investigators, offering any information they can and pleading for the public's help. Friends have taken to social media, posting updates and heartfelt messages in an effort to keep his story in the spotlight and reach someone, anyone, who might know something. The surrounding communities have stepped up too. Volunteers have joined search efforts, combing through beaches, trails, and nearby neighborhoods. Local groups have supported Eric's family with fundraisers and awareness campaigns, hoping to spark leads and keep the search alive. Authorities urge anyone with information, no matter how minor it may seem, to contact the South Kingstown Police Department at 401-783-3321 or email police@southkingstown.ri.gov. Even the smallest tip could make all the difference.